What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Boombox Guru, music commentary and music discussion for music lovers. I'm your host, LB, and we got a very good episode for you guys today. So if you don't want to miss out, tune in and keep it locked in. Yo, what's good, everybody? Just want to welcome you guys to another episode of the Boombox Guru. I'm your host, LB. So I wanted to do this quick episode because I'm very excited about what I just heard recently. Actually, it was announced Sunday, and I'm just really excited about this. So two of my favorite hip-hop artists, two of my favorite MCs, Too Short and E40, just announced that they're going to be doing a versus battle. Now, ever since this whole pandemic has started, a lot of people in the hip hop community have been setting up these versus battles, artists going up against each other, playing their biggest hits against each other. Even the R&B artists have been doing it. I know Brandy and Monica did it, and Keisha Cole and Ashanti was set to do it, but unfortunately Ashanti tested positive for COVID, so that got postponed. But man, when I heard that Too Short and E40 was going to be doing a battle, I got real excited, man, because I grew up listening to both of them. I still listen to Too Short and E40. And this is going to be amazing, man, because, these dudes, they're icons in hip hop. They're legends. They put in a lot of work in hip hop. And I'm excited, man, because I'm a fan of both of their music. And it's going to be a good time, man. I wish I could be able to see it live, but unfortunately I'm going to be working on the day that it actually is going to be going live. But I'm getting this from Hip Hop DX, and it says, Too Short and E40 are stepping into the Verzuz arena this month. According to an Instagram post from the popular Instagram live series, the two Bay Area legends will go head-to-head on Saturday, December 19th, bringing nearly 5 decades of Bay Area hip-hop to Apple TV and, of course, Instagram Live. Y'all know we had to do a big holiday party, the announcement reads. Verzuz presents Legends of the Bay, E40 versus Too Short, Who You With. Tune in Saturday, December 19th, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Watch on our IG or in HD on Apple Music. 40 and Short's respective careers have been all about independence and educating the world about Oakland slang and making money. Since the release of his 1983 debut album, Don't Stop Rapping, Short has dropped 21 subsequent solo efforts, including Born to Mac, Life is Too Short, and Blow the Whistle. He's also earned 6 platinum plaques and 3 gold plaques over the course of his illustrious career. By comparison, E40 has released 26 albums, including 1995's platinum selling In a Major Way and the RIAA Gold Certified My Ghetto Report Card. 40's only chart topper on the Billboard R&B and rap charts. The two also collaborated for History Mob Music and History Function Music in 2012. The all West Coast edition is the first Verzuz with a California slant since Snoop Dogg and DMX held their Battle of the Dogs match in July. Verzuz was forced to postpone the originally scheduled Ashanti and Keisha Cole celebration on Saturday, December 12th, after Ashanti revealed she tested positive for COVID-19. The event has been rescheduled for January 9th, pending a negative test result, and that's all pertaining to like Keisha Cole and Ashanti. But E40 and Too Short, man, I'm really excited about this, man, because these dudes, they got a long career. Both artists have a long catalog. I mean, E40, man, he's probably got almost 30 or 40 albums, because he's been doing something really cool lately where he's been releasing like multiple albums all on the same day at once. And he's been doing that independently. And Too Short, he hasn't stopped since 1983, man. He's still steady going, dropping some really dope music. And I'm really excited about this, man. I'm really glad that this is happening, man, because I think the Bay Area, Northern California, the Bay Area, Oakland, Vallejo, Frisco, San Jose, Richmond, all those places, all those cities by the bay, basically in Northern California, man, they don't really get enough credit for what they brought to hip hop. They showed hip hop artists the independent hustle. And I don't think a lot of people give them that credit. And also, a good majority of the slang that we use in hip hop music came from the Bay Area. E40 was the first rapper to refer to the police as the popos. And also the fashizi, that type of slang, that came from the Bay. That came from areas like Vallejo, where E40 is from, and Oakland, where Too Short comes from. And you remember back in the early 2000s when the whole for shizzle my nizzle, the whole Izzo slang was real popular. A lot of people thought that Snoop Dogg created that, but no, that actually came from E40. They came from the Bay Area. That's where Snoop Dogg got it from. He said he got it from the Bay Area. So they've contributed a lot to hip hop, everything from slang to fashion, but the most important part is they showed hip hop artists about the independent hustle. Cause Too Short and E40, what they done was independent. Too Short was selling tapes out of the trunk of his own car, pushing in around the city of Oakland. E40 did the same thing. These guys were pushing their own records. They were going and getting them pressed up and selling them themselves out of the trunk, getting all the money. They were getting that money, and the labels came after them. They didn't go looking for the labels because they already had it. They was making more money by pushing the independent out of the trunk of their car. They had their own creative freedom. They didn't have anybody over them telling them what to do. They did that on their own. The labels came after them, and the labels had to kind of give them a deal. They had to give them a reason to why should I stop this independent hustle to sign to a label when I'm making more money. So they showed artists how to get their own money, how to not be tied down to some label when you can just do this yourself and make way more money. And I think that's something that the Bay Area gets overlooked for. A lot of rappers wouldn't be doing this independent thing if it had not been for the Bay. And so I'm glad that E40 and Too Short are coming together for this battle to actually shed some light on that, to tell stories. I'm looking forward to hearing them stories, but I'm definitely looking forward to hearing them songs, man, because E40 and Short got slaps. That's a Bay Area slang right there I just used. But they've contributed so much to hip hop, and it's time for these two icons to be recognized. So I'm glad that this is happening. But also some more exciting news pertaining to E40 and Too Short. They also announced a little bit before they decided to do this Verzuz battle. They also announced that they were starting a supergroup with two other icons, Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg. So third base legend MC Search recently hosted another episode of his Search Says podcast, this time with special guest Too Short. Toward the end of the interview, exclusively obtained by Hip Hop DX's Kyle Eustace, the Bay Area hip hop pioneer revealed he's formed a supergroup with three of his fellow hip hop legends, E40, Ice Cube, and Snoop Dogg. During the quarantine, I got a call from Ice Cube and E40. Short begins around the 55-minute mark. Over the years, probably more than the past 5 years, we've been doing kind of these old school concerts. It will be either Snoop Dogg or Ice Cube headlining, or it would be me, E40. Sometimes it's Bone Thugs, DJ Quick. They usually call it the How the West Was Won, West Coast Kings, or some shit like that. And it's always a big show, and it always sells out. It's like 20, 30,000 people. Whatever the size of the arena is, it's sold out. So I get a call during the early part of the quarantine from E40 and Ice Cube going, man, we feel like we should do an album. Like me, you, it's E40, Cube, Too Short, and Snoop Dogg. And I'm like, E40 and Too Short from the Bay, Snoop Dogg and Cube are from LA. And we like the West Coast Foundation. We sat there and was like, F it, let's do it. So we start coming up with beats. Short Dog said the process has been easy since everybody is inside quarantining, and all four of them have in-home studios. They're all able to send beats and verses back and forth with their phones. I swear to God, we made 25 songs like that, he says with a laugh. Them MFers, we never once went to a studio together. Them shits you would never ever even know. Them shits sound amazing. Somewhere just effing around in quarantine, we started a whole new thing. So we about to run that into the new year as a package deal. Kind of like the Supremes and the Temptations and Smokey Robinson and the Four Tops. Motown, keep it going, you know? When Search pressed short for the name of the group, he wouldn't give it up. At least not yet. But considering the tenure of the four MCs combined, it's going to be something special for all hip-hop purists. As short noted, fans can expect the newly erected supergroup to emerge in 2021. Meanwhile, Snoop is currently prepping his forthcoming solo album, Take It From a G, and launching a professional boxing league. Cube is embroiled in political controversy. 40 Water is celebrating his 104.2 million Spotify streams, and Short is focused on his cannabis endeavor. So, man, that's more big news. You know, that's just amazing for me, man, because I'm such a huge fan of West Coast hip hop, and to have all four of these West Coast MCs to come together to form a super group, and it's gonna hopefully put out an album next year, man. That's just real exciting for me, man. I can't wait to hear it. It's amazing. And you know, throughout the years, all four of these guys, or excuse me, all four of these gentlemen have collaborated with each other. You know, one of my favorite collaborations that Too Short did was when him and Ice Cube did that song "Ain't Nothing But a Word to Me" on Too Short's Short Dogs in the House album. You know, and I'm just ready. I'm just ready to hear this, man. This is gonna be really cool. I'm ready to hear what they cooked up in the studio. And you know, Too Short, he did it was Too Short and E40. They were on the Breakfast Club, and they were talking about, you know, the Verzuz battle as well as this super group. And Too Short, he didn't really want to call it a super group. He referred to it as more of a partnership. He called it a LLC, you know, a business. You know, all four, because all four of them are entrepreneurs. You know, Short, 40, Snoop Dogg, and Cube, they're all entrepreneurs. All of them dudes are sitting on heavy paper. You know, they got the money. They only rapping now because they want to. They don't have to rap. They got so many different streams of revenue coming in. You know, they just doing it because they just rapping because they want to rap. So he referred to it as a LLC, a partnership. So it makes me think that this whole super group I think there's going to be more coming out of it besides them putting out an album. I think there's going to be more opportunities and things that they're going to present to everybody, which is more exciting. And I also look at it as this is something that like a lot of up and coming rappers can look at. You know, all four of these gentlemen have been in hip hop for years, 30 plus years. All four of these gentlemen have been in the hip hop game, and look where they are now. They have managed to build empires off of their hip hop careers. They have managed to develop and create other streams of revenue. You know, Snoop Dogg, he's done movies, he's doing TV shows. I mean, he's got a show with Martha Stewart. Now he's starting a boxing league. Cube has been doing movies for a long time now. His own movies off his own production, Cube Vision. And then he also started that Big Three, that NBA league, that basketball league, the Big Three. He started that. 40 Water has all kinds of businesses, man. He's got that wine, and he's got a few other things, man. He's got his pocket in a lot of things. And Too Short too, man. I seen where Too Short on his Instagram, I seen where he had created his own like soda. Yeah, he's created his own soda. Like I said in this article, he's gotten into the cannabis business, which a lot of rappers are doing now. Short's done a lot of stuff business wise. I don't know everything, but I know all four of these gentlemen are entrepreneurs, man. And I think a lot of up and coming artists in hip hop should look at them and see how they was able to take their careers and manifest that into empires. You know, Master P said something that really makes sense to me. He said, if you just focus on just being a rapper, then you're thinking wrong. If you just focus on being a ball player, you're thinking wrong. And these gentlemen definitely didn't do that. They saw where, hey, I can finagle this hip hop career into something more, I can expound on this, and I can actually have more revenue coming in, a steady stream of revenue coming in, to where I ain't got to rely on hip hop totally. And see, with everything that's happened with COVID, how live events and stuff like that aren't happening anymore, these gentlemen are cool. they sit in the back and they just collecting paper from all these other ventures, man. So I think that's a testament to how, it's good to try to create other streams of revenue. And on top of that, man, it's seeing how these guys have become entrepreneurs, how they become well-adjusted businessmen. It's also motivating me to want to try to take things to the next level, man. I started this podcast, and I'm hoping that it can lead to other opportunities as well, or I can somehow create other opportunities for myself and expand and progress further with it, man, because it'll be cool. I think being an entrepreneur will be nice, to just sit back and make your money and not have to answer to nobody. I think that's cool. So all four of these gentlemen, man, I'm excited to hear about this versus battle between E40 and Short, man. I know it's going to be a good one because they got some hits. They got some really good hits. They got some bangers. I know that they're going to come with the heat. It's going to be a big party, and I'm definitely excited to hear about this supposed supergroup. Although Short doesn't like to call it a supergroup, I refer to it as a partnership, like he said. I'm excited to hear that, man. I'm excited to hear that, and I'm excited to see what else is going to come out of this. But yeah, I'm definitely excited about this, man. This is going to be a huge moment for hip hop. Hip hop really needs this. They need to see these legends like these four gentlemen doing things like this, and it's definitely inspiring to me, man. It's definitely inspiring to me, and I hope it inspires a lot of other up and coming artists out there. But yeah, that's all that I got for today. I just wanted to make this quick little episode pertaining about that because I'm really excited about what's going to come out of this whole versus battle, as well as the super group. Although we got to wait till next year, but next year is just right around the corner. So, God willing, I hope I live to see that. And thank you all for tuning into another episode of the Boombox Guru. As always, I'm your host, LB. Hope you all be blessed and stay safe out there. Peace out. What's good, everybody? Hope you enjoyed this new episode of the Boombox Guru. And if you did enjoy this episode, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you to follow me on Spotify at the Boombox Guru. Check it out on Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public. You can also follow my Instagram page at the Boombox Guru. You can also like my page on Facebook, known as the Boombox Guru. Just go ahead and check me out. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell anybody that you know that might be interested in this type of content about the Boombox Guru. And as always, hope everyone has a lovely day and be blessed.